Hello. I always dance to like that intro music. Like that's kind of a bop. It's kind of a vibe. Hey everyone. My computer is like really high up today because I have it on a stand. So I feel like I'm, a little bit short, which is funny because I'm actually very tall. But hey everybody. Hi, I see the chat. Hello, hello, hello. My headline today is Mick is losing her mind over the zero draft because isn't that what I'm always doing? Is losing my mind over the zero draft? Pretty much. I feel like I haven't seen or talked to anyone in so long because due to crazy storms and tornadoes, my power was out for like 3 to 4 days. It was like 3.5 days. And so my posting schedule and my live schedule just got all messed up. So I'm glad to be back. But oh my gosh, look at all the people in the chat. Hello, 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 hello. Hey everyone. I'm excited to write because honestly, I haven't been writing much. I'm gonna be so for real with you. I just haven't. Not only was there crazy tornadoes and storms, so I wasn't writing then because I just didn't want to. I was mostly focused on not having power. Since then, I've just been kind of feeling meh, a little sick. And I've honestly been video gaming a little too much. So that's a problem. We got to stop for a little bit, and I have to focus back on this book if I ever want it to get done. Hello. So glad you finally made it to a live. Yes, happy Friday. I'm super excited. And what better way to spend a Friday night than to spend it with all of you? Honestly, no better way, in my opinion. So we are going to be doing writing sprints for about 20 minutes each. I don't know about you, but like I have a hard time focusing sometimes on anything longer than 20 minutes, and that's on ADHD. So I can only do 20-minute live sprints because if I do anything more, I will be on my phone or you would find me like roaming around my house or just daydreaming or on Pinterest. Like it's a problem. So I'm going to keep it short to 20 minutes for each live sprint. And we're going to try to do a couple, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We'll see how I feel because I know I'm going to have to eat soon. But I'm probably going to have sushi. So I'm very excited about that. So once I start getting really, really hungry, then I'll probably head out, but we'll see how far we get. So yeah, what are you guys working on today? I'd love to chat about it. I'm going to be continuing on my zero draft, doing a couple different things. I don't know if you guys can see in the back. Where's my finger going? Back here. I have like sheets of paper that I've printed out because I'm like a maniacal person doing like digital and physical stuff. So I'm going to be writing on note cards today. I'm going to be writing on physical paper and like printing things out. I'm going to probably look like a mad scientist while I'm working on my sprints, but that's what I'm going to be doing today. Still zero drafting. Okay, so what will you guys be working on? I'll be working on a character profile. Ooh, very fun for a side character. Have 4 in total and 2 are finished. That's exciting. Congrats on having 2 finished. I really like fleshing out characters, but I think I said in the past, like I'm so much better at doing it after I've written more. I'm jealous of people who like really know their characters in the beginning of writing. I don't know. I just don't. So I'm jealous, but I love that you're working on that. That's so fun. I've been gaming too much as well. Yeah, see? So you feel it. Supermarket Simulator has taken all of my time. I love that. I have outed myself already on this channel of like my embarrassing video game habits. I do play like cozy games, but I also like to play like Nancy Drew and Assassin's Creed and so many video games. But unfortunately, my latest addiction is Fortnite, and I'm not proud of it. So it's a lot. I'm not proud of it, but it's really fun. And me and my friends like to just chat. And yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Okay, wait. Oh, hey, Brielle. Hey, nice to see ya. Thanks for joining. Same, I have ADHD and it's hard to focus for me. Yeah. Doesn't it suck? I hate it. I hate it and I love it. It's like a downfall and a superpower for other things. But yeah, I got to do short writing sprints or like my mind will go, can't do it. And then I have to give myself a break. I bought big chart paper. Ooh, to work on my plot. I'm jealous. Ooh, I'm so easily influenced. Should I buy chart paper? This is bad. I'm impulsive with buying things. Back to ADHD. Don't influence me too much now. I might have to buy big chart paper too. That sounds so great. Okay, so we're working on the first draft of my dark academia fantasy novel. Ooh, Project Brainwashed. Ooh, I love that. That sounds super fun. The digital and physical combo do be hitting. Yeah, so you guys will watch me just like, I have note cards, paper, and I will also be writing on my screen. It's going to be a lot today. Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Just chilling and brainstorming my sci-fi romance. Yeah, I love hearing about your sci-fi romance. It sounds so interesting. So love that you're still working through that. Hi, can you tell me what storyboard software system you use to digitally tag photos and ideas to? Oh, I think you guys are talking about Milanote. Guys, that is like the number one question I get. I've been like, do I pop into Milanote's DMs and be like, sponsor me? Because everyone wants to know what you are on my video. But that is Milanote. I use that for like brainstorming because my Pinterest boards get like crazy. And so I pop everything into Milanote. I'm going to put the website in the chat for you. It's very, very, very helpful. 20 minutes is my limit too. Any longer and I get distracted? Yeah, by social media. The alarm also scares the bejesus out of me. Let me make sure that this Flocus alarm doesn't like scare us all because I get easily freaked out. But yeah, 20 minutes is my focus limit. Work in progress, chapter 9. That's super exciting, Raquel. Super fun. I'll either try to work on a character brainstorm profile, a prologue, or a free write. Okay, we got options. Brainstorming my paranormal murder mystery. You guys are working on really cool stuff, like really, really cool stuff. There seems to be a lot of brainstorming happening in this session. I like that. We kind of have like a Ray, right? We're brainstorming and then Raquel's like working on a chapter just a little bit more solidified. So we got all of the areas covered. Yeah, a paranormal murder mystery does sound amazing. Wow, I love that. I spend most of my time on social media, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm also easily distracted. Guys, I have been trying to lower my like hour count on my phone. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that stat. Like if you guys are an iPhone user, I don't know if Android does that. It is embarrassing. It's bad. It's actually really, it's bad. I think I need like a dumb phone, like a phone that doesn't have apps. I don't even care for Instagram. Like I barely use my writing Instagram. I'm so bad at it. But like I barely use my personal Instagram too. But I'm still on social media all the time. It's a problem. I need a dumb phone. Oh my gosh. Okay. What are we working on? Working on edits for my spooky middle grade short story collection. Oh yeah. You mentioned that in a comment in one of my videos. And it sounds so fun. 13 stories about 13-year-olds and the 13 magical items. I love that. I love a good magical middle grade. That sounds so fun and amazing. I love that. I was thinking of trying to use a notebook for writing. That sounds lovely. Next to me, I have 3 notebooks. Let me pull them out, guys. I have a problem. Oh my gosh, I have 4 notebooks. All of these books. I've written in all of these about this book, okay? I have a problem. So I highly suggest writing in notebooks, but maybe just try writing in one because I have a problem now and I've written in all of them and I have to look at all of them whenever I have to go back. I'm really outing myself all the time on the internet here. Wow, finally made it to a live. Hello, thanks for coming. Starting to world build my first fantasy book. That's really exciting. World building is exciting. A little intimidating, but also very exciting. Current work in progress is a horror fantasy story. Wow. So you guys are all writing really cool things. Yeah, see, our screen time is beyond bad. We have to fix it. We have to fix it. I checked my screen time the other day. It was 23 hours. See, yeah, it's like, how does that happen? I feel like it just sneaks up on us. Like, our phones are made to keep us addicted and distracted, and they do such a good job. Such a problem. Okay, I'm outlining my first fantasy novel, currently trying to figure out my themes. I love themes. I need to do a video on themes because I've had some questions about it in the comments, and like, I feel like every book needs a theme. It's like the basis of everything. So, I love themes. That is such exciting work. Made my husband set a screen time passcode. Yeah. And not tell me, so I have no choice but to stop scrolling when I hit my time limit. That is such a good idea because I have screen limits and then I just like ignore them. I'm so bad. I've set like a 20-minute timer for all my social media apps and I just hit like ignore and keep going. So that doesn't even stop me. I think I need to do this. I'm working on my master's thesis. It's so hard to focus on it. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I have been there with writing master's theses and dissertations, and yeah, I will be thinking of you. We will be sending all the good vibes your way. You can do this. You can do this. Just finished reading Children of Blood and Bone. Ooh, I loved that book, and it was so inspiring. Powerful themes in it too. Yes, that series is really good. I don't know if I've read the third one yet. I think the third one came out and I've only read the first two. Yeah, but I loved that first book. That was so good. Yes, please, a video on themes of the reason for every story ever. Yeah, I love a good theme. I feel like every great story has a theme. So, love your stories too. Thanks. Can't wait for House of Stone video updates. Yeah, guys, I've been struggling with this story, but I knew that was going to happen. I've been struggling with this story for years. This new like digital physical model that I'm doing, I changed a lot. And I think I finally fixed the plot. Like it was broken and now I fixed it. And in my next video update, I talk about subplots, which was a roller coaster ride. And I think that has helped me get back on track. Oh, this is a slightly different sci-fi romance than the last one. Yeah, I remember the last one was like connecting stories, right? Of like different romances, but they all connected, like it was like a series. So this one is from an alien's point of view on all her dating romantic disasters. Love that. Okay, another novella type series, moving back and forth between the two series. That is super fun. Novellas are fun. I love that. I've got the whole plot outlined, but I don't know how to kick off the story. What would you do? Thanks. That's such a good question. I'm really bad at writing first chapters. I think it's just like the pressure of starting is what gets me. And since I know you have to have like a good first line, that always like, I don't know, just feels like such a big barrier because I am like a perfectionist in my head a lot. But actually, yeah, Mia just had really great advice that I was about to get to. So then maybe try free writing for fun and see what happens. That would be my advice, is like what I've done is when I get stuck or I feel like I can't write the chapter, if I have it outlined, I try to write chapter 2 if I know what every chapter is going to be, or try free writing like a scene that you are excited about. Or you can just try like the free writing of the first chapter. Even doing something I'm doing right now is I'm doing a chapter by chapter outline, but like I'm doing everything in bullet points. Like every chapter is like 3 to 5 pages still of like bullet points of what's going to happen. And here's some dialogue ideas and setting ideas. And so I'm not really writing, but I'm still getting everything out on the page. And that feels less intimidating because now when I go to like write chapter 1, I have literally everything I need to do. So I don't know if that might help either. been working on your Gossip Girl and my project. I've heard you talk about this too. Sounds so cool. Yeah, I feel that I've also been struggling with this idea for a long time. Yeah, big concepts. I think they just take a while to marinate in our brains, you know? Oh, and you guys have such good advice down here, starting with Mia and now this. So I start with the end or middle when that happens and then go back to the beginning when I have a better idea of the story. Yeah, that's a really, really great idea. Can't write my opening scenes until I know what the end/themes will be. Yep, exactly, since it has to set the tone for so much and I have to figure out everything else first. Yeah. Okay. Guys, that's great advice. Look at everyone helping everyone out. Okay. We've now been chatting for a little bit, about 15 minutes. Everyone seems to know what they want to work on. Let's put 20 minutes on the clock. Let me see if I remember how to do this. No, I don't want myself that big. Okay. Let's do 20 minutes of focus. Oh, we're on writing session 1. And I'm probably going to do this or no. I can't remember. I think I have it that you can hear it. Do we like ocean sounds? Do we want a different sound? I don't know if you guys can hear the ocean sounds, but I'm going to probably have that going. My biggest recommendation is if you don't like the sounds a tiny bit loud. Yeah. Okay. Did that do anything? Maybe not. Let me see. No, everyone's people say that it's loud. Turn it down. Let's do it like half. Okay, good call. I can just put the sound down. I usually just try to do some sort of ambient something. My biggest recommendation and what I even do is I just mute the stream and I just listen to my own playlist. So highly recommend if you guys have a writing playlist that inspires me, listen to your own writing playlist, play something else. Or if you're okay with the ambient sounds, go for it. I'll just have it turned down a little bit more so you guys can turn it up or mute it as you please. I'm here to please everyone. I try my hardest because I'm a people pleaser at heart and it's a problem. Okay, 20 minutes on the clock. We're going to be writing. Hope you all have a great writing sprint. Let's start. Okay. That still scared me this time, even though I tried to turn that one down. Okay, let me pause that and take off the sounds. Welcome back, everybody. How did everyone do? Let's actually see. I actually was writing on, or I was writing digitally this time. I didn't use any of my physical elements. I'm doing one of my chapter by chapter outlines. Let's see how many words I actually wrote. I don't remember how to find this. View, word count. Who knows? In Google Docs. Why don't I remember how to do this? Count words. 532. That's actually quite a bit of words. Okay, I got 532 words out in that session, which is kind of crazy, just by bullet pointing my chapters. Let's see what you guys are doing. Loving the chart paper. It's working a lot better for me than a notebook or index cards of my Scrivener doc. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, see, I really like Scrivener, and I think that the note card feature is really great, but I still need a physical thing. So I totally feel that. And I love that you're loving the chart paper, and you are really close to convincing me I need to buy chart paper. So finished a chapter, yay, and got 202 words. That's amazing. I'm having a hard time figuring out my character's biggest fear and his misbelief about the world. Yeah, that is hard. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I feel like it's really hard too. I feel like I can always figure out their goals and their wants and their motivations, but the false belief or the fear that they have, really hard. Okay, I now have 11 outline brain dump docs. Yes, love that. In addition to my random notebook and flashcard scribblings. I feel you, Holly. That's how I feel. I also have a ton of outline brain dump docs. As you guys saw, I'm using 4 notebooks, note cards, and paper back there. I'm about to print out another one. So I feel you. I got 225 words. That's amazing. I love this. I agree. Every new idea does need a fresh Word document. I don't know what it is about that. We need that on a mug. Every new idea needs a new fresh doc. I got no brainstorming done, but I've started setting up the Notion spread for the project. Hey, and that's progress. I think even creating a writing playlist, that's writing. And I stand on that. That is writing. So I love that. About 363 words, amazing. I had a good day yesterday by writing 500 plus words, awesome, during a sprint with a friend. That's so fun. I love that you're doing sprints with a friend too. I finished with the rough draft of the map, and actually naming the countries. I honestly call that progress. Again, that's writing. I will stand by it. Anything that has to do with your story, to me, is writing. So that is writing. Congrats. Also, do you guys see my cat back there? I love when he smushes his face into something, and that's just my favorite. And he just has his face smushed into his little bed, and it's so cute. Outlining and brainstorming docs are a big part of my process. Yes, so we're all on the same page. We're all here. Oh yeah, the mug could just say new idea, new doc. I love that. Guys, the possibilities. Look at us. We're writers. We're branding merch. Look at us writing. That's amazing. Okay, didn't get much words out, but I was mostly organizing my Google Docs. That's writing. We're going to classify that as writing, like chapter story headings. Yeah, I love that. If you're not organized, can you write? No. So that counts as writing. I love it. 364 words. Yay. So happy with that when my goal was just showing up at all. And I love that attitude. Yeah, that's all we got. That's all we got to do, guys. We are here with the intention to make progress, and that counts. Any word you get on the page, any map you create, or anything that we do, that's progress, and I'm proud of all of us. Okay, use this for a sprint to fuel up with a sandwich. I love that. And a cup of tea. I love that because my stomach even started growling. I hope you guys can't hear that from the microphone. How embarrassing. Isn't it weird when you feel like you can hear that kind of stuff, but like other people can't? Or am I the only one who thinks about that? I don't know. But I love that you fueled up. That counts as writing. How can you write if we're not fueled? Counts as writing. I'll take it. And thank you. My cat is adorable. I have two. They're twins. This one's a menace. His name is Mochi. But he loves me, and we have separation anxiety because he was a pandemic kitty. So he has to sit in the room that I'm sitting in. So there's like a bed in every room that I hang out in. And so this is his office bed. I know it's kind of hard to notice my cat because like it's all the way in the background, but there he is. He's like a little lump over there. He's a cutie pie. He's such a cutie pie. Oh my gosh, yeah, the grumbling stomach at 8 a.m. in a college lecture, no less. Tragic, embarrassing. I would simply wither away. But that's how I react to things. So who knows? I love that we were all making progress and we're all writing, no matter what that writing is. Yeah, I'm doing this like chapter by chapter outline, which actually super fun. I think I'm going to just print it out. Guys, I don't know if any of you guys have a printer. I never had a printer. I thought only rich people had printers. And I was like, there's no need for a printer. Why would I need a printer? The library lets me print, UPS. Okay. But now, since I'm doing this like physical digital thing, and for some reason, this is how my brain works, I bought a printer because I just felt like it was an adult purchase. And me and my husband were constantly running into like random things that we needed to print. And now I'm overusing it. I'm overdoing it. I am just using the printer so much for like the writing stuff. Anytime I make progress in one of these crazy Word docs I create, I print it out, which is what they are back there. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something. So we're about to witness a printing out of a sheet of paper. And that's progress, baby. I'm going to print out another sheet, and I have like a binder that I'm putting everything in. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something. So no one can tell me otherwise because I'm a big girl adult who prints her own papers, and that is fun for me. Okay. What is Obsidian? What is this? What is this magic you guys speak of? It's a way to search and map out everything you have written and search it? What? You guys all know what this is. Why don't I know what this is? LDJ knows what this is? What? Navia knows what this is? Guys, what is this? Is it like Notion? Is it for writing? Tell me more. Like I said before, I'm easily influenced. So if you have something to share with me, share it with the class. Let me know. I'm just so easily influenced. Basically a note-taking app. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a crazy deep dive of this. As I print out my paper, beep. See guys, look how fun this is. You guys can't see. Oh my God, you can't see the text at all. There we go. See, that's what I wrote in my last sprint. A little chapter bullet points. And I'm going to print it. Isn't that fun? Print. Yay. It's going to scare my cat. Yeah. Mochi's instantly, he hates the printer. He's like, what the heck is that? Okay. But it can be used for writing. It's like Notion and Scrivener. Guys, that's like my dream. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Obsidian. Have I been? There's a phone app and on your computer? Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, wow. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks guys. Thanks for giving me my new obsession. I'm gonna have to look into that. And I'm gonna go grab my paper that I just printed. And a highlighter, Mochi. Yeah! Look at this. This is progress, baby. So what I've been doing is I've been printing these all out, like I said, and then I'm putting them in a binder, and I'm going to then read it after I'm done and like take notes on anything that I want to change, move, add, what have you, and then I'll start writing, which is psychotic, but that's what we're doing, everyone. I can't change my plan again. I've already done it too much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're almost together. We're finding out about Obsidian. We're using it. That's amazing. I love that. Don't you love ignoring the planning that you do? I do that sometimes too. So that's how my chapter by chapter outlines used to be, is like just like a couple bullet points. But I found this to be really helpful. It has like a lot of information. You guys obviously can't read that because it's backwards, but I'll just give you all my secrets. But so I wrote like pre-existing conflict. I have like the first little scene paragraphs, and then I have like the details of her apartment that we're in. And like it's a lot of unnecessary details. Like I'm overwriting so that when I go to write, I have everything in front of me, because I used to do a couple bullet points per chapter and then I would just get stuck. I'd be like, what in the heck is going on? And then I'm also using, I'm doing a little bit of dialogue as well. I didn't in this first page, but I'm also trying to do just some dialogue because, wait, it's not backwards though? What? Okay, great. So you guys can read this. It's backwards for me. Do I not know how anything works? I don't think I do, but that's fine. So if you guys can read what's going on, this is kind of what I did. It's like an amalgamation of thoughts. It's like her inner thoughts and her background stories, as well as I wrote about her apartment. Yeah, a lot of useless information, but stuff that's going to be really, really helpful. And I don't know, it makes my mad scientist brain happy. So yay to printing out pages and finally buying a printer. Amazing. Okay. Ooh, that's exciting. Everyone, if you aren't following LDJ Writes, follow right now. He makes amazing videos, and he will hopefully make us a video on how to use Obsidian, because that's amazing. Thank you, everyone. Look at us today, guys. We're giving each other advice. We're allowing us to be writing, even if that means making a music playlist because we're writers. And we're influencing notes apps. I love that. I love it. Okay. Actually, I have seen this video. That's a great rec. Let's type in some of these recs for you guys. If you guys are writing like fantasy, highly recommend that video. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Okay, this is LDJ Writes' YouTube. Look, I'm making it so easy for you guys. So easy. Go follow. And then the I've spent 10 years building a fantasy world. Also crazy. Very, very fun too. He has like a whole series of this guy. Go watch that video. Not right now, because you guys should like write with me, but eventually go watch that video. Actually, it's fine. You can go watch it right now. It's very interesting. Highly, highly recommend. Okay. Now that I have all of my crazy babble, I got a lot of energy all of a sudden today. I was really worried about coming on this stream and not having any energy, but you guys are giving me life. So thank you. I'm feeling good. How are you guys feeling? Are we ready for another sprint? Do you have any questions? Do you want to chat about anything in particular? You guys are running the show. I just missed my mouth like 3 times trying to drink that. That was great. I'm probably gonna order in sushi. because it's Friday and I don't want to cook. Yes, the power of Obsidian giving energy. Writers love nothing more than another tool to use, and we will use it. And then we'll go find another one. Oh man, my outlining keeps falling apart at the midpoint and I don't know why. Holly, the middle of the book sucks. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it for you. I think the midpoint at least is easier for me than like fun and games section. If you've been on any of my lives or watched my videos, you might know my passionate hatred for the fun and games section. But I wonder why the midpoint is falling apart. My first question is just to see if like you've amped up enough conflict to kind of like surround there. I don't know what's falling apart. Is it like you can't figure out what happens after the midpoint, or the midpoint doesn't like work with what you've had before? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. Yes, the illustrations of that video that I spent 10 years world building, so cool. Like amazing stuff. I wish I could be that cool and unique in my videos, but it would take me a very long time. And then I don't think you guys would ever get cool videos. Are you ordering sushi too? Oh no, you're ordering a poke bowl? That's okay. We will order together because no one should have to cook on a Friday. Yes. Yeah, okay, trying to figure out my character's biggest fear. I don't know, I feel like there probably are lists out there that like list a ton, but I don't think that's like helpful. I feel like your character's biggest fear, at least like a good way I try to do it, because I also have a really hard time coming up. Oh, wait, I have a sheet. Look at me and all my sheets. So, the biggest fear, deep emotional wound, or the false belief. Those are like all the same things, I feel like, or at least in my head. I smush them all together. And so I just started like a basic character sheet. I only just wrote in my main character, Helen's, for what matters most to them, which is going to relate to her goal. And then the deepest emotional wound, which is like the false belief, relates to this. I try to like make them relate to each other, if that makes sense. So like, for example, I'll just out what my character does. So my main character, Helen Graves, the thing that matters the most to her is her best friend, because her best friend has become her family and she lost her mom. So this is all she has, is her friend Zoya right now. And her deep emotional wound is caused by grief of like losing her mom, and as well as she's shoving down who she truly is because there's like magic involved. But the deep emotional wound connects to the what matters most. And I feel like that helps me create them, but also helps make the characters a little bit more dynamic. I don't know if that made sense because I was off the cuff, but I try to connect the like what matters most or the goal with the misbelief, and they kind of like mirror each other in a way. And that makes it easier for me to like write the character, I guess. How to avoid boring scenes? Man. Oh, man. That's a great question. How to avoid boring scenes. I don't know if you can avoid boring scenes in your first draft. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I'm a big proponent of like just writing the first draft and then doing a lot in editing. And that might not be the best way, but that's just how my process is and my brain works. I feel like the best way to avoid boring scenes is to be able to recognize them when you go back in revisions. I think a lot of times, like especially for newer writers or people who maybe haven't finished a lot of manuscripts, have the notion that like once you finish a manuscript, it's like amazing, or you might only have to do like a couple tweaks, but you usually have to do like a couple drafts, I think, in my opinion. And I think the best way to avoid boring scenes is to be able to recognize boring scenes so that when you do go back to your first draft and you do start to like revise it, you can know, okay, this scene isn't working. Why isn't working? That kind of stuff. I think that's why I just released a video of like how to study books to be a better writer. And I think studying books can be super helpful if you don't know if you can figure out if a scene of yours is boring. I highly recommend like reading with that critical lens, because there are definitely times in books where I'm like, this scene did not need to exist. Like, this scene makes no sense. It doesn't push the plot forward. It's fluff. I don't care about it. And like, the more you kind of like train that muscle, then I think that can help you avoid boring scenes. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but that's my process. Okay, I'm writing a murder mystery. Ooh, you guys are all writing such fun stuff. And my biggest issue is knowing who the killer is. How can I make the other suspects equally likely to be the culprit? I think that is probably like the hardest part of writing a mystery, right? Is like creating like the red herrings and making sure the clues that are like the breadcrumbs that you leave along the way are good enough, but not too good that someone like figures everything out halfway through the book. Because nothing's worse than figuring everything out halfway through the murder mystery and you don't get any like mystery to it. Unfortunately, I think my advice is going to come back to the same thing I just said, is studying other works. I don't personally write mystery. I would love to, but I know how much storycraft goes into it, like these types of things where you really have to like plan it out. And my biggest suggestion is to read murder mysteries, watch murder mysteries, like TV shows can also help. And just being able to identify for yourself, like, okay, this was a clue, and I'm thinking that it's this person right now. You could be asking yourself, okay, why am I thinking it's this person? What is the author doing to make me think it's this person? And then if it's not at the end, you can almost kind of like backtrack and use that yourself, if that makes sense. I don't know. All of my advice is like learn from other people. Just because, I don't know, writing is super fun, but it's also so nuanced. And I just think learning from other writers, whether it's bad or good writers, is like my default for anything I get stuck on. Or talk to LDJ, because he's going through it right now. You guys can talk about that. It is hard. Murder mysteries are so hard. I would love to write a mystery at some point. I love reading them, love watching anything with a mystery, but they are hard to write. It definitely takes a lot of planning. Okay, Holly, we have that midpoint problem. I think maybe I'm trying to skip straight from midpoint to climax. Yeah, and I just lose the plot, basically. That makes sense. That makes sense. I feel like the midpoint is like a big turning point. And for me, at least how I view the midpoint is where we find out what the actual goal of the book is, if that makes sense. Like, the real story starts. It's not as much of like a climactic scene. And I think that's where a lot of people do struggle, because they do conflate the midpoint and the climax together. But like, in my head, how I see the midpoint is like, okay, Act 1 was happening, fun and games was happening, and now something happened that revealed the ultimate goal that will take us to the climax, if that makes any sense at all. Chrissy has some good advice for the character misbelief. Have you looked into the Enneagram personality system? Yeah. I do think using like anything like Enneagrams or astrology, like to base your character off of, is a good way to just try to like get into a character's psyche a little bit more, whether you believe in that stuff or not. I think it's already a character profile, right? So it's like a good way to use that for your character. I realized that, again, my computer is like so high up. So when I put a question, you guys can't see my face, which is fine. But love the name Zoya. I'm picturing someone with double moon buns who's into astronomy. Yes. Yeah, I really, really love Zoya. Like, my story is about Helen and this other guy, Achilles, but Zoya is like the third main character, and her story is super important to me. And I love that. I love the image of the double moon buns. That's so cute. Where did I just leave off? I might need to read more horror fantasy and dark fantasy books since my work in progress is in the same ballpark. Yeah, I highly recommend. Like, I think one of the best things you can do, and I said this in the video, to be a better writer is to be a better reader. And I think reading the genre that you're writing is super important, but there is like a fine line, right? Like, you don't want to read too much. Because at least for me, like, if I start to read too much in the same genre, I'm like overthinking my own plot. But I think like picking 1 to 2 books that you want to emulate in some way is really, really helpful. I've got all my suspects and no killer. Ooh. I feel like deciding on the killer, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like deciding on the killer all comes down to motivation, right? Like, in a murder mystery, usually it's not like a serial killer, like someone who is just killing to kill. It's usually someone who killed someone for a reason. So I think like that's what you should be uncovering. Like, what would my killer's motivation be? Just even start it as like an abstract killer. Like, what would my motivation be to have to kill this person? And then figure out if you can like attach that motivation to one of your suspects that like makes sense with their story. Do you have a project that you really want to do? Like, you mentioning the murder mystery, but you feel or know it'll be a long process and you're not there yet. Ooh, so many things, guys. It's a problem. I feel like, unfortunately, in writing, a lot of authors get like pigeonholed into a genre or like a type of story. And so I am worried. Like, I would like to possibly query the book that I'm working on now in a traditional publishing light, but then I fear that it would like kind of keep me in a fantasy realm, whereas I would love to write science fiction books. I know that is going to take a crazy amount of research, though, because that is like a whole beast in itself. Like, I feel like magic world building comes easier to me than science fiction world building. And definitely, like I said, like murder mystery, I think thriller murder mystery would be really cool, especially like a paranormal murder mystery, just because I love the paranormal aspects of things. And then probably the third, out of left field, is like a contemporary book series that kind of has its own unique world building with like romance subplots. And I'm just not the best at romance plots. I'm not. I'm really not. I think they're extremely hard to write. And I give props to romance writers. Like, to be able to write a book that keeps readers captivated when you already know the outcome is so insane. Like, that is hats off to all romance writers. But I would love to tackle like a contemporary book with romance as like a main theme and like a ton of drama and like a huge series with a ton of characters. Kind of like Magnolia Parks, but like less toxic than Magnolia Parks. I don't know. I have a ton of ideas. So many ideas. But I know I have to get this one out first. But thank you. That was a great question. Okay. Love all these great advice you guys are giving each other in the chat. That's a good idea too. Working backwards to see if you can't find one that doesn't have like an alibi, like you can't pin them on that. Focusing too much on having a powerful plot twist moment. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that there is a misconception of like the midpoint has to have some like crazy plot twist. I don't think it always does. I think just that's where like new information is revealed, something happens that sets the main goal of the story in motion. I don't think it always has to be a crazy plot twist because I think you can run the risk of it being like a cheesy plot twist if you like try to shove a plot twist in there too hard. I use both astrology and Myers-Briggs to help form my character. Yeah, I love that, as well as a characteristic for myself or a close friend. Yeah, I like that. Like using some, some characteristics from people that you know in real life. I'm mostly looking into writing sci-fi, very fun, but with mystery elements, but it's always good to take a step into other genres. Yeah, I think so. Super fun. Having suspects and no killer actually works in your favor. All of your suspects will have some secrets. Yeah, this is a great advice point right here, which means they'll act suspiciously and the killer discover will feel authentic. I love that. That is a great point. See, you guys can just run the show for me. Look at this. This is great content right here. Yeah, that's really good. I love that. And guys, my friend Jillian's in the chat. Hey, Jillian. This is like my actual in life, like real life friend. So, hey, girl. Thanks for popping on. Thanks for hanging out with me. I thought you were seeing Alien tonight. Let me know how that goes. Let me know if it's worth seeing. Guys, I've never even seen the first Alien, but my friend Jillian's seeing Alien tonight. And I hear it's apparently a big deal. Everyone's freaking out about the new Alien. So maybe I'll finally watch Alien. I actually have a big problem of not watching, like, very popular movies. It's a problem. I need to work on that. I need to like make a list of movies that I actually need to watch. Okay, we've chatted for quite a bit now. Is everyone ready for another writing sprint? Or you can keep chatting. It's up to you guys. Again, you all run the show. But if you would like, we can start into a writing session number 2. I am probably going to... Alien is a movie. I don't even... About an alien. I don't even know. When did this movie even come out? 1979. Sci-fi horror film. Yeah. Here you go. I'll just give you the little wiki link. There's Alien. I don't know. It's a movie about an alien. Love that. Okay, let's do it. Let's sprint. Everyone's ready. Let's turn on our focus. Oh, I don't want to be that big. There we go. Let's turn on my banner so I don't forget that we're currently in a writing sprint. And let's get writing. Good luck, everyone. Okay. Let's pause the ocean sounds. Hello, everybody. We have Mochi. Say hi. Look at you glaring at everyone. Don't glare. That's so not nice. Hey everyone. Welcome back. How did we do? Let's calculate. Let's see how I did as well. I got another page done. Again, why don't I know how to do this? View, help with word count. There's like a hack. Yeah, count words. I got 429 words that time. So pretty good. I'm feeling good about this progress and making my way through this chapter. Mochi, everyone says hi to you. He just left. He left me. 327 words. Great. Almost done with the character profile. Amazing. 361 words. Okay, guys, we're on a roll. I'm loving this steady progress. That is awesome. That is super exciting. I'm about to print another page because I'm so excited. I've just found that I really love printing, I guess. Who knew? Printing makes a girl happy. Yeah, so I wrote some bullet points last time, just out for the first chapter, and now I just did a second page, which has been correct. I had to go back to chapter 1, which is funny because I instantly changed it. So that's what I had to work on today is putting my changes now into the bullet point format. Researched a lot more than I wrote. That is okay. That is writing. That is writing, like we said. How can you write if you can't research? Am I right? That's writing. Edits are going well. Great. My main character just made her rival's hair fall out. I am an evil author. That's okay. Aren't we all a little evil sometimes to our characters? I think so. I love this, Holly. 0 words, 1 clean kitchen. How can we write if our kitchen is not clean? That's the age-old question. How are we supposed to write in these conditions? So that is writing. Yes, I consider that writing here. 218 words, not very good. Excuse me. That is very good. I will not take any slander in this chat. Nope. We have confidence in ourselves. That's so good. That's amazing. That is 218 more words than you had. And I love that for you. Again, not much words. Nope. Everyone did words or a clean kitchen, and all of it is writing. But realized I must change from first person to third. Oh no, because the voice was sounding too teen, which I felt was true for a while, but didn't know how to change it. Oof, a voice, like a POV change is rough. I have definitely had to do a ton of POV changes, and it can be tough, I feel like. At least they're tough for me. Mostly wrote a prologue of sorts narrated by the protagonist who was born blind. Very interesting. Okay, love that. Wrote a prologue. That's great. Exactly. We're not procrastinating. Conditions have to be perfect in order to write. It's just the way it is. Clean kitchen, clean mind. I love that. Oh, that's so good. Okay. I'm trying to print out my second page because I'm in love with printing. Print. I don't know why it's just so helpful. It just makes me, I don't know. I like having a physical thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Guys, we've created so much merch today. Clean kitchen, clean mind, new idea, new doc, mugs for all of us, sweatshirts for all of us in this crazy writing world. Let me get my second page. Mochi instantly came to check out what was happening at the printer since he hates it. He yells the printer bug. Okay. So yeah, I did, and you guys said this isn't backwards for you, right? So I can actually show you what I wrote. But I just finished. So like this is page 1 and this is page 2. And this is everything that needs to happen in chapter 1, which I completely changed, which is I had to redo the bullet points for that. But I also kind of have this like questions that I answered for the scene at the bottom here, just to help me at the very end when I'm done with the bullet points. So I have like, again, I don't know if this is backwards for you guys or not. You guys said it wasn't, so I hope it's not. But this is like, what's the purpose of the scene, the point of view, what does that say? What needs to happen and why? What is the emotional point of the scene? How should it open? The climactic moment, rising action, resolution of the scene. So that's what I did. So I finished that for chapter 1, and that's great because I changed how chapter 1 is going. So I'm happy that I got to re-bullet point it out. Also working on chores while brainstorming. Love that. I think that's the plan for the next hour. Yeah. And chores are valid. We all need chores to be done. And so I'm proud of you all for getting something done. How many sprints are we doing tonight, or just winging it? I was thinking 3. So we've already done 2. And I'm thinking of just doing a 3rd because I am going to need to eat at some point. And I did order sushi. And it is on its way. So I'm thinking just another writing sprint. But we'll see. If I'm still feeling good and all that, then we might do a 4th. Apologize if you've mentioned this before. Wow, I butchered that. Apologies if you've mentioned this before. But I see a sewing machine. Yes, back there. Do you do needlepoint or is it a prop? That is it can do. Let's see. Let's show off my little. I love this bad boy. She's a Singer Patchwork. And so I do some quilting and I also sew clothes. So, yeah, I'm obsessed with my sewing machine. She's the best. And I love her. I actually haven't been able to sew quite a bit this summer, which is sad because I need summer clothes. But yeah, I do a lot of crafty things. I like embroidering and quilting, sewing, crocheting. I'm really bad at knitting for some reason. I guess not really bad. I could probably just try harder at knitting, but I find crocheting easier. So I like to do all the things. And yeah, I mostly like to make clothes or like purses or something. But yeah, it's very fun. Do you guys sew or do anything like that? I know last time I asked this question, we all went on like a rant about video games, but does anyone else sew or do anything fun and crafty? I realize so many of my followers have such fun hobbies. I decided to start reading Save the Cat Writes a Novel. Love that, to learn more about story structure. I have that book, not here. It's actually downstairs. Guys, I'm so sad. I have gorgeous bookshelves in my living room, but I only film in my tiny little office. And I need to film at some point in front of my gorgeous bookshelves so you guys can see it because my dad made them. Thanks. Because I wanted them badly. And so I'm going to have to show you guys that sometime. In the planning stage right now, trying to make my character arcs converge at the same time, or at the right time, sorry. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. I commend you for that. Sending all the good vibes your way, trying to get those character arcs to pan out. I was working on a character profile, so much character work going on tonight. Nice. I had one years ago and grew up with a grandmother who had a singer that had a pedal and everything. That's so amazing. Yeah, I only have like obviously a newer singer. I actually have my grandmother's old sewing machine, but I still just use this one because it's easier to work with, in my opinion. What kind of clothes have you made? Basically all the clothes that I wear, which if I'm not wearing a sweatshirt and bike shorts and like athletic gear, which is usually what I wear when I'm in gremlin mode, I mainly wear dresses, skirts, and jackets, and that's what I sew. Mostly because I can't afford the things that I want to buy, because they're like high quality and expensive, or I can't find things that like fit my dimensions, because your girl has weird dimensions, and so I just make them myself. I'm a chronic dabbler. I relate to that. I relate to that a lot. I love trying new hobbies, but I'm not particularly good at any of them. I relate to that. And I think being a master of none is the way we should live life, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that doing a ton of little things is way more fun. Why do one thing your whole life? Boring. I'd rather do it all, even if it's a little bit. Ooh, I used to sew and make doll and puppet clothes. That's so fun. I should really get back into that. You should. Mostly do drawing, painting as creative outlets. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I actually went through a big phase where I wanted to make like puppets, which sounds crazy. But let's just show my Pinterest board, guys. This is the things I want to make at some point. I think it would be so much fun. Do I have the time? Do I have the resources? I don't know. But let's show you guys what I want to do eventually. Like, look at all these fun, cool things. Look at them. Look at how beautiful they are. I think that's like my next phase. I think in winter, making cool little puppet dolls to scare my husband because he's scared of them sound fantastic. It just sounds so fun. Yeah. And I am Slovenian, and there's puppets have a huge part in Slovenian history. And I actually just went to Slovenia for my honeymoon, and we went to a puppet museum, and it was fantastic. And I instantly came home and I was like, okay, that's it. The new hobby, puppet making. We love to see it. So I get that. I'm a chronic dabbler as well. Okay, mostly wear tees and shorts for my remote work. Yeah. Maxi dresses and jumpsuits. Yep. Hermit mode is also my favorite. I would much rather live in hermit mode. Didn't want a complex profile. Okay, this is for your character profile that you're making. I'm just starting with my MC's general goals, strengths and weaknesses. Yep, before writing down basic dynamics. Yeah, I love that. That's like basically the approach that I do too, is like just very basic character profiles until I kind of start to write them. Just don't perceive me like that. That is such a call out. It is. It is ADHD coded. Your girl has ADHD. She wants to do it all. Okay. I want to do it all. And I want to do it all the time. And I want to go deep dive into something. And then I buy everything I need for it. I do it for a week. And then I pick something else to do. Okay. That's what I do. I come back eventually. Like I keep coming back, but I do dabble. And it's all about that ADHD, but it's fun. It's very, very fun. The goat in the dress, I know. Like, could you imagine anything cuter? Watch, you guys heard it here first. I am going to become like a puppet making YouTube channel. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Screw the writing content, guys. Michaela's making goats and dresses. Goats and dresses. That's what we're doing here now. We're making goats and dresses. Okay? Yes, we're going to have a stream on my puppet making. You guys can watch me all fail miserably on my goats and dresses. Thank you guys. Thank you for supporting my crazy hobby love. Feels good. Heck yeah, I can. Yeah, I think maybe I just have my House of Stone profile, the House of Stone Pinterest board, but let me go ahead and share. You guys can see how chaotic. If you guys really want to follow me on Pinterest, look at all the crafts I want to do or that I do. It's all on Pinterest, pretty much. Okay, character dynamics. Thanks, shout out to like DJ and who else over here? Spring Tigress, who's really keeping us grounded in the writing chat. Thanks, guys. Thanks for bringing us back. Because I could rant about puppet making for hours. So thank you. Thanks for bringing the ADHD craft chat back to writing. Character dynamics and relationships are my favorite aspect of stories. I love seeing distinct personalities bounce off each other and bond through hardships. I agree. I think, even if there's heavy plot in a book, that my favorite books are still feel character driven, even when there's so much going on. And I think a great example of that is like one of my favorite YA fantasy series, guys, I still think about it, is Sabaa Tahir's An Ember in the Ashes. I have never read a YA fantasy as good as that. It is so good. And like so much happens, so much plot happens, but it feels so character driven. If you guys have not read An Ember in the Ashes, shame. Shame on you. Go read it. It's really, really good. And yes, we don't abandon my hyperfixations. No. Yes, we just take turns. We give everyone a little bit of love. I think my only like consistent hyperfixation is obviously writing, but I still bounce back and forth between like me writing my book and me studying other books, which is why I think I love studying story so much. But yeah. Okay, I'm currently working on 2 separate novels and I switch between them when I got bored. Honestly, that's a mood. I love that. I wish I could do that. I can't. I think that's where I switch between writing and studying. Like, okay, my writing hat is on and I did that for a couple weeks and now I'm going to go study a book and feel good about it. Yeah. Literally made a whole spreadsheet for how each of my 9 important characters think of each other. I love that. I finished working on all of them yesterday. Chef's kiss. We love a good Excel spreadsheet. We love that. No, please encourage my puppet making talk. Please do. We should all share in our hobbies. Yeah, I love sewing projects, clothes, but I want to dabble in puppetry. So just me over here, Michaela, the author, YouTuber, sewer, puppeter. That's me. Puppeter is not a word. Oh my God. It's puppeteer. I need like a sound. Wah, wah, wah. It's puppeteer. But thanks for indulging me, guys. I just hate super complex character profiles. Yeah, my ADHD brain can't focus on needing to know every little detail about my characters before writing. Are we all on the ADHD spectrum over here? Is that why this chat is getting derailed sometimes? I agree. When I did my video about like creating my characters, I say kind of the same thing. I just can't write a character profile again until I've written something, but they just don't work for me. They just don't work for my brain. And maybe that's why, because I can't focus. There's too much to do. And I'm like on to the next. Okay, so Jess is working on 2 different books, and one is futuristic sci-fi, and the other is contemporary historical. That's 2 very different books too. Dual timeline. Oh my gosh, and fantasy. Wow. So lucky I won't get them confused. Yeah, you would not get them confused. That's really cool though. 2 very, very cool projects. Yeah, everyone, I should change the name. This is a writing and a puppet make it stream. We love puppets here. Let's keep that puppet Pinterest board up. Oh no, it's actually the chaos of my Pinterest. Oh guys, let's delve into my brain. Look at my locked. I don't even fucking know. This is stuff I like and I want to put into a book. Oh, I do printmaking too. Oh my God. Yeah, I do printmaking. Oops, I do printmaking and I want to do tambour beading. Look at all the stuff I want to do. If only I could gym, that'd be great. Guys, look at the chaoticness. Ooh, you guys are seeing some of my little inspo boards. Yeah, but mostly it's puppetry. We love the puppetry and art. Like, look at that. Like, look at how cool. Look at how cool. What if I made that? And I could be like, I made that. So yeah, this is a writing stream and a puppet stream. And a puppet stream. Don't you forget it. I like this. To be fair, writers are puppet masters, though. That is so true. Writers are puppet masters. So they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Okay, we'll get out of the chaotic brain that is my Pinterest. You guys are getting a deep, intimate look into my brain with my Pinterest profile. Another way I flesh out characters is focusing on their relevance to the theme. Yeah, I love that. And world building. What do they have to say about the story being told, and how do they reflect the setting at large? I love that. Yeah, theme, we talked about in the beginning of the stream, is so important. And setting, to me, is like another character. Like, I think setting is pivotal. 9 characters. Would love to hear tips on how to write so many characters without making them feel too deep. Yeah, I have so many ideas for the characters in my book, but don't know how many POVs I want to tackle. Yeah, I think that... Can you guys hear that? That is so loud. I think it was like a motorcycle going down my street. I feel like POVs should be more narrow. Like, I think any more than 4. I think even 4 is a little chaotic. It's crazy. I don't know. George R.R. Martin takes us on like a million storylines in Game of Thrones, but I think that some great ways to like make a ton of characters feel 3D is by making sure they have relationships to everyone, and like forging the relationships and how they think about each other makes someone more dynamic. And then even going back to what DJ said is like, how does a character reflect or not represent the theme at all, like be a foil for the theme, is some good ways to kind of like flesh them out even more. Oh, how fun. I actually got the idea from your video on character. You made the web for the character relationship and I wanted them in one place, so I thought a spreadsheet was a good option. Yeah, love that. Yeah, I think relationships, at least for me, between the characters is so important. So yeah, I like webbed it out in my character video, but a spreadsheet is a great option. Relatable content, writing, and puppetry. And I agree. I think most creatives are probably neurodivergent in some way. Thought about making a Pinterest. You don't have... Get on Pinterest. Get on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, it's just a great visual way for not only like the story, but everything else. Like, let's look at, you guys can get a real deep dive into like the Pinterest board that I have for House of Stone. Look, oh no, does it say how old this one is? It doesn't say. But like, it is such a great way to just visualize all these things that I'm thinking about. In my first video that I made, which blew up, by the way, like so insane. So insane. I don't know why. Just YouTube liked that video. So crazy. But I talk about how like I like Pinterest because I feel like it subconsciously shows me the story. Like, I'm pinning things that I feel like the book before I even write out the plot. And then once I'm about to go write out the plot, I like pull things from this Pinterest board. And it's kind of like my brain knew the story all along. It's very, very cool. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Yeah, Pinterest just super useful. Super, super great. What else do we have here? On the topic of characters, do subplots, character arcs have to hit every beat that the main plot and arcs do? For example, do they all need a midpoint reversal? What a great question, Holly. What a fantastic question. I am struggling with subplots, and that's what my next writing update video is on. I believe I just rant about subplots for a while. I don't think they have to hit every single story beat, but they do have to have an arc of some sort. Character arcs, no. I think a character arc is different than a story arc. A character arc is more how they change internally, to me, and then a subplot, I I think should mimic a story plot and hit certain beats. I don't think it needs to hit every beat. Like if you're using Save the Cat, I don't think every story arc or subplot needs to hit like bad guys closing in, but I do think it needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and conflict and all of that. Yeah. And holy cow, I hate subplots so much. And that's what my next writing update is on. Yeah, relationship spreadsheet is a great idea. Mochi, you're ruining the sacredness of my printed papers. How rude. Yes, add that. Get Mila note. What do we say? Obsidian, character spreadsheets. Let's do it all. Okay. And I agree with that. I also spent a lot of time on Pinterest and YouTube. Okay. Are we ready for probably our last sprint? Because it's getting late for my old grandma self over here, and I still need to eat some food. Okay. Wow, guys, you guys are like, I have so much more energy than I ever do. And it's kind of like I'm talking to myself. Maybe that's why, because like I'm reading your guys' chats, but it's only my voice. It's a very weird thing to like stream live by myself. I love like streaming with friends because then I can like bounce ideas off of people. But streaming live, I'm like, I'm just in my office chatting away. Okay, we are ready. Let's go. Let's go back to writing session number 3. Let's share the screen. I might have to go off camera to possibly eat a little bit if my food arrives, but heck yeah, look at that. Let's make this count, guys. We can do this. I believe in us. Okay. Oh my God, SpongeBob references? I'm ready. Promotion. Okay, great. Love that for us. Okay, no more distractions. Let's write. my gosh, this scares me every single time. Okay. Pause the wave sounds. How did everyone do? I think I did less well. Yeah, this time. A little less well. I don't know if that's proper grammar, but we're going with that. I kind of got stuck and I started doing some researching. Womp womp. Instead of actually writing. So I got 326 words, looks like. Not too bad, but not as good as my last couple of rounds. Yeah, I'm in the middle of like describing basically like how a speakeasy would look on the inside. And I'm struggling between two different aesthetics, like whether it's like a typical bar or I forgot about like this really cool. This is shown in like the Kingsman. If you guys have ever seen this, a speakeasy in Hong Kong. It's like really famous and popular. And I was looking at photos of that and I was like, maybe that? I don't know. So I kind of got stuck on figuring out how I want this place to look. So that's on me. And I'm eating again. We love that. And yes, still a productive live stream of many discoveries. Okay, yay, we finished the character profile. Only one more to go. Hello, Tiara. Popped in about halfway through. Hey, that's really good for halfway through. 256 words. I love to see that. Amazing. Yeah, I got a little hung up right now about researching, but that is okay. And Tiara, I'm about to subscribe to you right now on YouTube. Oh, you have a writing vlog about a writing retreat? That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Did you do that like yourself? Or did you sign up for a writing retreat? I would love to know. I want to do a writing retreat so bad. That is so cool. Okay, I had a great session. Big ups to ChatGPT for telling me what things are called. LOL. When I don't know how to Google them, amen. You know, like I have so many interesting qualms with AI, but I will use AI as my personal assistant. Yes, I will. AI will be doing admin brain tasks for me. Yes, absolutely. As it should be. Did a page of brainstorming, trying to figure out which characters discover which clues in a mystery. Guys, so many of you are writing mysteries today. I love it. And we love another page of brainstorming done. No writing this LOL well, but lots of goofing around and thinking. And that's still writing. If we've learned anything today, anything is writing in a Mick Writes live stream. Anything is writing. Yes, it's so cool. Yeah. It's guys, do you guys know what we're talking about? This like speakeasy. Let me find it again in one of my many tabs. It is legitimately so cool. And I'm like, okay, do I pull inspiration from this or do what I was thinking? I don't know if you guys have like seen the movie The Kingsman, but I'm obsessed. I love spies, guys. Another thing about me, I love spies. And so this speakeasy, it's legit an umbrella store, like an umbrella store for, you know, like rich people umbrellas. And if you touch the right handle, it lets you into this speakeasy that like looks like a train car and like fun and like vintagey. And it's in Hong Kong and it's like really, really, really cool. And so I was like, okay, should my speakeasy be cool like this? Or should it just be like an underground bar? And like to open up another room, you have to like put your hand on this and then it glows and it lets you in. So cool. So that's what I went down a rabbit hole of instead of writing for the most part. Oopsies. Okay, yes, guys, Tiara also has a YouTube channel, so go follow her as well. And she posted a video about a writing retreat. So I'm in a writing group I found on TikTok. That's so fun. It's been about a year, so this was like our first meetup writing retreat. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I'm jealous. I have like writing friends online, but I don't have a lot that I've like met up with or have in person. And I just think that's so cool. And I love that for you guys. Finished all the chores I had for the day. Amazing. And now I can focus on my book for the rest of the day. Yay. And chores, that is writing. See? Because now you can focus on your book and you couldn't if all the chores weren't done. So that's writing. I love that. I am actually working on my project that, this is the only project I'm working on right now, Project House of Stone. So it's a contemporary fantasy and yeah, adult contemporary fantasy, I guess I should clarify. A bit less progress on writing this round, but still working on fleshing things out. That is okay. That is great. Feeling a little bit better about my idea because I've been going back and forth between, ooh, this is a good idea, and ugh, it's not enough. I feel that. Wow, I just had to like hiccup yawn. Do you guys ever get that? I feel that. I think I have like waves of my idea of like, ooh, okay, this is so cool and this is great. And then some days I'm like, this is the worst thing I could ever write. And why am I writing it? So I love that you're coming away feeling a little bit better. Yeah, guys, let's all get this in our house. I love that. A secret bookshelf door. Every writer and reader's dream, I feel. Yeah, that would be so cool. I love that. Oh, and we have some Australians and New Zealand's in the house. Yeah, it is Saturday for you guys. Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange? Time zones boggle my mind, truly. They boggle my mind. Oh, and thank you. It is still in sprint mode. We are in chatting time. We are not sprinting. Amazing. Thank you. I'll just shut up. Yeah, I think overall today, though, I did a pretty good job. I printed out, since now I love printing, 2 pages of my chapter by chapter outline. I think I made some good headway into the next chapter, and I'm feeling pretty good. Overall, I wrote, it's like 1,400 words or something, so I will take 1,400 words. We've been doing this, oh my gosh, for 2.5 hours. Guys, we've chatted a lot. I am so sorry. We did like 3 20-minute sprints and we've been on for 2.5 hours. That's so insane. Oh my gosh. Wow. From New Orleans. Hello. I love New Orleans. Actually, what's so funny is I have friends who are in New Orleans right now. That's so insane. I love visiting New Orleans. And hello, thanks for coming in. I know we are ending a bit, but I promise to be doing more lives. I want to get like a live schedule down, maybe once a week, and then like change the time zones a bit or the time a bit so I can incorporate more time zones because I know I have, a lot of different people wanting to join. So, ooh, working on a YouTube analog horror series that's been requiring me to research serial killers and hunting and like funeral homes. Honestly, I love a good story or like book or creative idea that takes you down research rabbit holes. And those sound like terrifying and fun research rabbit holes. So that's amazing. And thank you guys for coming. I feel like this was a success. And we do love chattings. My gosh, we do love chatting. We really, really do. I agree it was the best. I think we had a great time. We chatted a bit too much about crafts and ADHD and puppetry, but we also got stuff done. So that is amazing. And thank you. Hopefully one day it becomes a legitimate book that you guys can all read. I know it's so strange having this channel where like I want to share my process and be open because we don't gatekeep here in the writing community. But I also don't want to like give too much away because it's scary to like put all of your ideas out there because someone could take it. But then also if it becomes a book, I don't want to like spoil it for you guys. What if you guys want to read it? So it's like a weird line to feel out. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we can all do this. Yes, there we go. You've heard it here first. We are now all in a cult, the puppet cult, and I need a puppet Easter egg in all of your stories. Thank you for your service. Thank you. To everyone joining late, I'm sorry, that makes no sense to you, but we got off on a tangent of crafting and ADHD, and it ended up talking about puppetry. So that's kind of what happened there. Plan to have your story in audiobook format. Yes, I think so. I am still debating on the traditional or self-publishing route, to be honest. I think both are great, and I think both have amazing pros and a ton of cons for both path, and both are very legitimate. And so I don't know which one to do. I think I will still traditionally query and try it out. So we'll see. But I would love to have an audiobook format at some point. That would be super cool. Yes, of course. Yeah, guys, wow. Hold on. I just almost completely fell. This chair will not let me fall, but you know, like that defying gravity feeling? Cue Wicked. Wow. My life flashed before my eyes. So sorry. Okay. I agree though. Even though I'm a bit chaotic at night for me, because it's like starting to become night, I'm loving this little community that, we are creating here. And I see so many of you guys like comment all the time in my videos, and it makes me so happy. And then I get to actually like chat to you guys on live, which is super cool. I would love to make like a Discord channel at some point. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I've had like good and bad experiences with Discord, so I'm unsure, and I'd have to do a lot of work to make sure it's set up correctly. But I don't know. I really want to like build this community. I feel like there are so many people here who are like writing the same things, having great advice. And even though writing's solitary, I just feel like writing needs a group, like it needs community, because we all go a little crazy when we write, right? So I feel like writing needs community. So yeah, I'm glad you could at least come in for a little bit, and amazing that you've been writing for an hour. But yeah, I would love to just like keep up the live streams in some sort of format. So, because I like to keep up with your guys' work too. Like I want to know how your guys' stories are going. So I don't know, maybe a Discord channel will come in handy in the future. It is called a Discord server, I guess, in general. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes. Oh my gosh. A puppet in your spooky middle grade. I love that idea. Yes, guys, everyone put in puppets. Okay, love. You guys are loving the Discord idea. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree. Like writing is solitary, but I don't think it should be. Like everyone does it on their own, yes, but I really think having community for this type of work is so important, just because so much work does go into our stories, and it's so great to like find friends that you trust to read your work. I always feel like having like a writing community to pull beta readers from is so important, and people just bounce ideas off of. So okay, maybe we'll create a little Discord server, guys. Super fun. Seems like we've all been kind of trying to find a good writing group. I agree. I feel like I've had some writing groups in the past, but they've all like kind of fizzled out, if that makes sense, online. And so I'd love to like create a good group that, I guess, like if I'm running the server, we could try to, make sure we are keeping it alive and all that jazz. So that's amazing. Oh, I love that you joined a creative writing club. You did, and then Tiara has her like writing group from TikTok. That's so cool. See, you guys are already doing the thing. That's so great. Yeah, I guess my last thought will be, I think maybe I've been thinking about the Discord server for a while. Yeah, super cool. And I'd love to poll from like my little community for video ideas, because I think it would be fun to be like, critiquing your first page or editing your work. I used to be a freelance editor. I don't anymore because it takes a lot of time. So that would be really fun to do too for me, because I love editing, and it would be cool to like read your guys' writing at some point. which is great. So, oh my gosh, that is fun. That's so cool. I love AuthorTube, guys. It's so great. And that's the other cool thing is like we have so many amazing AuthorTubers who are just always down to hang out and chat. And yeah. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? I feel like that'd be fun. I think people would enjoy it. Like you guys would be getting like a critique out of it. But I miss editing and I just got a lot of thoughts and I have nowhere to put them except for on my YouTube channel, which is why I made the YouTube channel. So that'd be great. Has my sushi arrived? Let's look. No, it hasn't. I knew it was going to take a while. I ordered from a place that's like really far away because I knew we were going to keep chatting and I needed it to arrive after we were done chatting. Thank you for being invested in my sushi, but it's not here yet, but it should be here soon, which probably means we should be ending the live, sadly. But thanks, guys, for letting me talk basically out loud, at least to myself, but not feel alone for 2.5 hours. It feels like we all got like some good work done, whether we were clearing our brain to get writing done or getting actual writing done. So this was lovely. I will noodle on the Discord server. I think that would be really super amazing to just kind of build up this community because I love chatting with you guys. Okay. Thank you all. I hope you have a good night and hope to talk to you guys soon. And if you ever want to chat, just follow me on my Instagram. I don't use it a ton. But if you ever want to chat, that is my Instagram, and I will see you all next time. Bye.